Let us watch what you guys recommend and voted. And the highest vote is more Parz, of course, because we all like Australia. If you wanna participate in voting and recommending what I watch, do join the Discord in the description.
Australia is home to some of the deadliest animals on the planet. What if I told you there's one creature they all fear? An invasive species, millions strong, wiping out native animals that we are locked in combat with to this very day. What kind of vile beast is capable of spreading such reckless hate? The answer
Who's that Pokemon?
is this fat fucking toad.
Why is it so big? And it looks so grumpy. Also, you look a little bit dry there, bro.
Toad. But how did this war begin? Well, to answer your question, we're gonna have to go way back. The year is 1866. We are in the land down under.
Way back.
And our story begins the same way many tragedies do. With the British. You see, having gone hippity-hoppity, your ancestral home is now my property around 90 years back, the Brits were in full swing, rampantly colonising the country. And part of that included agriculture. Now, they brought with them many crops, but the important one in this story is sugarcane. Sugar is valuable, not only for trade, but also because, well, the fucking tea isn't going to sweeten itself, is it?
Like, I kinda read about that one, but for the tea, true.
But you see, sugarcane only grows in the heat, which ruled out the south of the country. It also likes humid environments, which ruled out Western Australia.
Literally
Mad Max. One option. And so, the cane farmers loaded up their first Stardew Valley save in Queensland in 1866. But the farmers ran into an issue. You see, Queensland is home to these nifty little bugs called Dermalopida albahertum. These are native beetles that hit their macros by munching on plant leaves. So when cane farmers joined the Queensland Minecraft server and set up a fucking Hermitcraft-sized farm, the beetles were in heaven and set to work demolishing the plant. Now, funnily enough, the adult bugs weren't actually the problem. Sugarcane leaves hold full value. But the problem is that with such an abundant food source, the bugs started multiplying, laying their eggs around the base of the plants. These eggs hatched into larvae. And unlike the grown-ups, these little worms don't eat the leaves.
Take it away.
They eat the roots.
No, don't eat me.
And so the sugarcane starts getting absolutely fucking spit roasted. And the farmers can do nothing but watch as sugarcane yield plummets through the floor along with their profits. This whole situation really pissed off the farmers, who banded together, went to the Australian government, and told them to fucking fix it. Sir, a horde of creatures is destroying the cane fields.
Sir, please take that bug away from me. I'm scared. Thank you. I asked nicely.
And so, the Queensland government founded the Bureau of Sugar Experimentation Stations, or the BSES, in 1900. This team of crack scientists then immediately set out trying to solve the very same issue every single Factorio player faces. This place is covered in bugs. They are breaking my shit. How do I violently slaughter the local wildlife in order to expand capitalism and my profit margins? The BSES pondered this question for 25 years. They tried spraying chemical insecticides. Didn't work. They tried injecting insecticides into the soil.
Are you for real there? Injecting into the ground? So they're eating pesticides back then? They're eating them also right now. Nothing changed.
Work. They tried releasing the fucking cordyceps fungus. And it's...
Oh, the zombie fungi. Sadly, it didn't work. Surprising.
Still didn't work. Then,
how tanky are those beetles?
One day in the office, while pondering this question, someone had an idea. Okay, we are getting outmaneuvered by the cast of Bugs Life. Someone in this office, please give me anything.
Please.
What about cane toads? What?
Oh.
Cane toads. Those big f***ing fat things that exist in the cane fields in Hawaii. I mean, it's a frog. They eat bugs. We just introduce an invasive species to fix a problem caused by an invasive species. I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? That's for the next generation to figure out. As long as I get my promotion, it's A-okay. Everything!
And so, in June of 1936, 2,400 brave cane divers were deployed to the fields to deal with the arthropod menace. But there's just one small issue. Cane toads were fucking dog shit. Yeah, funnily enough, big, fat, slow, ground-dwelling toads were not exactly the smartest solution to deal with beetles that spend the majority of their adult life 6 meters off the fucking ground.
They have the height advantage. You're too short. Extend that tongue. 6 meter length of tongue. Imagine the French kiss. Holy shit.
It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground.
On top of that, cane toads don't dig for food either. So they didn't eat the larvae. Now this all sounds like information that should have come up during the research and study phase of the plan. This, however, implies that there was a research and study phase. The BSES did not conduct a single fucking study on environmental impact before releasing an army of cane toads. Are you fuck? This complete
promotion first, consequences second.
absence of brain cells caused a rather spectacular domino effect of ecological f***ups. And it's going to teach you a valuable lesson about invasive species. You see, while the cane toads barely ate what they were supposed to, they did eat. And as incredibly large, omnivorous toads, they ate practically anything they could fit into their mouths. Rats, mice, snails, baby birds. It was the toad equivalent of f***ing Kirby.
Whoa.
And then, not unlike the exact problem they were brought here to solve, with all that food, they started reproducing. A lot. In fact, female cane toads can lay anywhere between 8,000 to 30,000 fucking eggs per clutch.
Per clutch, bro. I'm sorry, this is something random. Looking at this kind of reminds me of, what do you call that? The biji selassie, which is basil seeds. Sometimes my friend drink those, and I thought she was drinking toad eggs. Look like this when you put in water. They also like to drink the chia seed one. It seriously look like frog eggs. I'm sorry.
But
anyway,
I mean, this should not be too much of a problem. Australia is home to some of the deadliest creatures on the planet. Surely, the local wildlife has this under control. Wait, what? Cane toads. Poisonous. So those little bulges on the shoulder, those are parotid glands, and they are packed to the brim with bufotoxin. No, that's not a D's nuts joke. Now, whenever the adult toads are threatened, they will squirt this white, sticky fluid out of the glands.
It also reminds me of squeezing pimples. You're welcome.
And when ingested, it does two things. One, makes you trip absolute balls thanks to the hallucinogenic bufotenin. And two, the other ingredient, bufogen, just straight up gives you a fucking heart attack.
Well,
it's important to note that this toxin is also present in their eggs and tadpoles. Now, in their natural habitat, this isn't as much of a problem because everything around them has had thousands of years to get good and deal with this poison bill.
So now, because they don't have their natural enemy, they thrived. So what happens now? Is it still a problem over there?
By either developing immunity or learning to eat around the glands. But Australia is not their ecosystem. And despite all of the deadly animals we've got, they have had a grand total of 5 minutes to adapt to the presence of the fucking tailored toad. Now, quick question for the class. What happens to an animal population when there is nothing to eat it? It gets bigger. And so, shortly after being introduced, a rapidly expanding tyrannid swarm of toads began to spread across the country. The BSES noticed this and did nothing. Because it technically didn't affect the sugar cane. The swarm spread further, occupying all inhabitable parts of Queensland, and they were laying so many fucking eggs that their clutches began polluting the waterways like a bufotoxin teabag, killing native fish as well as any animals that drank from the water. The BSES did nothing.
Seriously?
Those eggs hatched into tadpoles, which started killing more fish. The BSES still did nothing.
Bro!
The swarm had advanced, breaching into the Northern Territory and New South Wales. When questioned, the BSES insisted the toads were doing their jobs and everything was fine. By the 1980s, the toads were now starving out or just fucking eating local wildlife and one-shotting anything that tried to eat them. And considering, at this point, there were 5 million of them.
Ew, that's a freaking lot. And these are still babies. Holy. People need to file a huge complaint. Or scoop a few thousands of these little froggies, little toadies, throw them into the office. See they do something about it or not.
Of them, that happened a lot. So, with local wildlife being absolutely fucking decimated, the BSES was forced to acknowledge that maybe, just maybe,
I swear.
We f***ed up.
But, oh well, everyone makes mistakes. Nothing we can do about it. No!
What the heck?
They left it for the government to clean up. Sir, a second horde of creatures has escaped the cane field.
Fire them!
Yeah, they realised just how much damage was being done and in 1986 began funneling federal funds into controlling the population. They tried trapping and physically removing the toads, but unless they had 5 million traps, that wasn't going to do shit. Biological warfare was proposed in the form of releasing viruses and parasites, but was shot down because it would do just as much damage to the native wildlife. And so, the toad front continues to advance to this day. So where does that leave us? Short answer is kind of fucked. Cane toads now threaten a total of 75 native species, and they've even driven populations of animals like the northern quoll to complete extinction in parts of the country they infest. And with the population...
And it's so freaking cute! How dare they?
...now sitting at 200 fucking million toads, that infestation is spreading, with predictions showing they will be fucking up ecosystems in 5 states in the near future. And given that they have amassed a population 10 times the size of the humans in Australia, the government...
Wait, how many was that? It's more than the humans in Australia, bro! Oh no!
Australia, the government has completely fucking abandoned the fight for eradication, switching focus to harm reduction, using bait toads covered in non-lethal but unpleasant substances to try to teach local wildlife that toad bad. On top of this, the government has encouraged the broader public to, just fucking kill the toads. You are supposed to do it humanely by catching them and sticking them in a freezer for 48 hours.
What the?
But, most people don't want a frog taking up their freezer space.
True!
So they just use a golf club or a car.
In my car right after
and with this being Australia, our wildlife is also putting up a fight. Keelback snakes, for example, are immune to their venom, and Ricali and magpies have learned to flip them onto their backs before getting a feed. Now, jokes aside, you want to know who I feel genuinely f***ing awful for? The toads. They didn't
True.
ask for any of this shit.
True.
They just got dumped onto a random island and did their thing, and now they are being actively hunted. No. The assholes in this story are the BSES and the cane growers. Because you may be thinking, why were they allowed to do this shit in the first place? Well, that's the neat part. They weren't. The federal government banned the f***ing idea when they came up for it in 1935. But
What? They ignored the government statement and proceeded? And now everyone needs to clean up for their mess. Please, tell me they're not operating now anymore. That the government already dissolved this BSES, this BS.
based on the advice of entomologists who rightly presumed the toads would become a bigger f***ing issue than the beetles. But the BSES and the cane growers lobbied to have the ban lifted in 1936. We are stuck in permanent toad combat because these dickheads looked at scientific advice and went, nah. You have got to be fucked. G'day, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and link in the code is in the description. So go. Bloody fantastic rest of your holiday period.
Happy New Year!
And I will see you all next time.
Do you have any thoughts on this video? Maybe a solution to stuff? Or do you have any experience with frogs in general? Do share them in the comments down below. I'll love to read them. Thank you for watching. If you wanna vote, just join the Discord. And I'll see you in the next one.